Oops, it seems that I was muted and I was talking to myself for the first couple of minutes. That was embarrassing. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? Once again, Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 2. Just ignore those first couple of minutes if you're watching. I'm just gonna put a timestamp later on to just ignore that completely. But anyways, Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 2. Really looking forward to this. Really excited. The first episode was really well done. It was really good. Definitely, I would say it reignited my passion for Vinland Saga. You know, like I was already excited for season 2, but when that first episode hits, it immediately reminds me of like why I actually love Vinland Saga in the first place, especially season 1, and that gush of emotions just swells on you. And so I'm like fully on board for season 2 now. The first episode also kind of, you know, sets the tone and like the thematic elements at play that we're going to be watching in season 2, at least the things that I hope will be in season 2, because again, I'm an anime only. What I was saying in the beginning, right, when everything was muted, was, is this a good time to stream for all of you guys watching? Because I set the stream up like an hour after the Crunchyroll release, but if this is like still too early for some of you, just let me know and I'll probably change like the schedule or whatever. But anyways, Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 2. Hope you guys have your copies of the episode ready. Let me see here. Is it recording? Yes, it is. So, what is up, everybody on the stream? Hello, Softly Grim. Hello, Jenk. Hello, Dimiko. Is there anything else I want to say? Not really. No. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. We're going to be discussing the episode after the reaction is over. If you guys have anything you want to say in the live chat or in the comments if you're watching the VOD, just let me know. As long as it's not spoilers, we should be good. Anyways, let me get the episode ready. Here it is. Episode is ready. Volume is up. Subtitles is... Oops. Let me just stop that and start this again. Oh wait, professional stream. That's the gaming stream shit. Here we go. If you're watching this on YouTube, as always, timer-based reaction on YouTube. There's gonna be 5 seconds. Once it hits 0, you press play, I press play, we should all be in sync. If you don't want to sync up your copy with the timer, if this is not your thing, don't worry, there's gonna be a picture-in-picture version in the description below after the stream is over. So, hope you guys have your copy of Vinland Saga Season 2 ready. I'm excited, I hope you are. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Stick around for the discussion. And I'll start the countdown in 3, 2, 1, now. It's gonna be great for me to refresh the plot with the anime. This arc is so good. That is what I've been hearing. And so far, the first episode did not disappoint at all. Jump straight into the opening once again. I'm just gonna say it, I think this is my favorite Finland opening. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first 2 openings. Like, they're fine, but I was more impressed with the endings of like the first season than the openings. Transitions into King Swain's Eye. But I think for this season, I don't know. It's the pairing of like the song itself, the lyrics, and the creativity in individuals that makes me appreciate and enjoy this second season opening more than the first one. But you know, that's just my opinion. Right. Yeah, he is shocked, right? That voice of Thorfinn. But it's not just the forest, is it? No. The future wheat farm, okay. A wealthy fellow. Ah, okay. Oh wow. But that face of Thorfinn though. It sounds too good to be true. And he seems earnest about it. But it is a difficult task, almost impossible even. Hmm. I don't want this to be like a false sense of freedom for both of them. Because the way Ketil is saying this makes it seem again like all too good to be true, and he seems like a good fellow. Ah. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. Showing them proof that this can be obtained. Of course, that person could be lying, but it gives them hope, right? And that's what that is what they need. They need hope. And off they went. He was holding his breath there. Thorfinn just walks away, immediately back to work. He seems so sad. Okay, they're in Denmark. So Einar is from England and now he's in Denmark. Silence. Straight to the point. That's a lot. And that's a lot of land. Yep. That tree's gonna fall down. Right. Love this music playing in the back. Like like this sort of playful adventure that they're currently having. It's uplifting. Like you can see like the two different. Like Einar heard about the news about like he can be free. That's why he's very like that's why he seems like very energetic, right? Come on, let's go, let's do this. Whereas Thorfinn, having been here for I would assume a few years, right, knows that it is a long way to freedom. Yeah. Leftovers. Leftovers. Yeah. Bento. You gotta learn to be grateful. Again, juxtaposing with Thorfinn's like expression. He knows the reality of the situation, right? Yeah. Know your place, Einar. I know they're pieces of shit, but right. Obedience. Yeah, but they're also the reason why you're still alive. Love that little tap on the horse. First day on the job. Oh, that shot is beautiful. But I love how we're seeing like the struggle between them just for that single piece of log, like, and that's one of many that they have to go through. Thorfinn's back must have hurt a lot if he keeps, touching it. The lighting in the shot is beautiful. Great character acting. Look at his eyes. There's the girl from the opening that I've talked about. Love at first sight? Ah, this music once again. So who is she? Very interesting. All of the other workers? Workers or slaves? We're kind of seeing the other side of it, right? Whereas Ketil's retainers are like picking on them. Ketil and his actual company itself is it's pretty chill. Like, yeah. And you'd be surprised. We all look the same. Olmar. Let's see how this plays out. What happens when someone disobeys him? He has a sword, though. Unless that's like his son or something. I was right. It makes more sense now. Somewhere not here. Hmm. Inheritance. Weak. Doesn't know how to wield it. A lot of characters having like similar predicaments, right? Olmar, Thorfinn, Einar. The problem of following their father's footsteps and their own desires. And let's throw in Canute as well in that category. Mm. Oh, speaking of Canute. Didn't hit the butterfly. King Harald. Mm. Right, of course, of course. Oh my god, these two. Blunder? Yeah, he's not an idiot, that's for sure. I'm my own person, not my father's tag along. Olmar, you need to get together with Einar and Thorfinn and talk about it. These drunkards. Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Mm, yeah. lucky person who was born on a rich family doesn't want to be with the rich family. It's a common trope, but if done perfectly, makes for an excellent character. The silence of the night. Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting dialogue choice for Einar. Especially talking with Thorfinn. Thorfinn notices, just refuses to talk. Music swelling up. He's gonna open his eyes. Yep. But they were no different. They're all the same. Einar may actually turn into a pacifist now that I'm thinking about it. No. He's remembering. Yep. What an episode. Once again. I'm gonna skip the opening. I'm sorry. Not the opening. The episode preview. So, what an episode! Once again, we learn more about the farm. We learn more about their situation, and we also learn a lot about the themes of season 2: sons and fathers. Hang on. Let's put my notes over here because I think I got most of the things that I want to say about this episode. But there is something that I want to double check first. Hang on. Okay. So, great episode. I think once again, like my minor criticisms of this second episode is similar to my first episode. Is that sometimes the characters can be a little bit off model. That's fine. Not much of a deal breaker. I think this shot was like the best example of this. Where is it? Like this shot. Like. I mean, it's pretty obvious that they didn't really have the time to actually animate, their eyes and mouth and whatever, but, not much of a deal breaker for me. So, that's pretty much it. When the direction in the story is this good, I don't really mind at all. Another good episode. Just love the interaction between different characters, hearing their thoughts. I agree. Can't wait for another week. These 2 episodes have hooked me so much, and I feel like this is going to be a masterpiece, but not for the same reasons as season 1. Yes, season 1 and season 2 are totally different, and this is coming from someone who is only an anime viewer, right? Because season 1 deals with different things, and season 2 also feels like it's going to be dealing with different things. Season 2 feels more like the struggle between characters who is trying to find meaning in their lives after spending most of their lives thinking they're gonna be, trotting the same footsteps as their fathers. That's the vibe that I'm getting with, right? With Thorfinn, it's obvious, he wanted to be, similar to his father Thor's until he realizes that, what Thor said about like a warrior should not need a weapon, and that kind of broke him, on a fundamental level, right? Because he wants to be like his dad, but his dad is telling him the exact opposite of what he's been taught before, right? Same thing with Einar. Einar wanted, to protect the village, just like what his father did, and surprise, surprise, he could not do what his father did. He was unable to protect his village. He was unable to protect his family, his mother, his sister. And Einar pretty much kind of accepted the fact that he could not be, a warrior. He could not be as strong as his father, maybe, right? And he's also accepted the fact that, war is bad. Surprise, surprise. And then we have Olmar in this episode, which, a character that came out of nowhere, but his little banter with Ketil kind of confirms my suspicion that, yeah, that is his son, right? Because no slave would actually, or no slave or worker would actually, confront their master like this, right? And with the master, as kind as he is, as kind as he was portrayed in this episode, but the fact that he was still able to like take in all of this like harsh words from Olmar, kind of like ding 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 ding. That's his son, right? But Olmar also is in this similar boat where he doesn't want to be like his father. He doesn't want to own the farm. No, he wants to go out. He wants to go to war. Similar to Thorfinn in the beginning of season 1, right? Where Thorfinn wants to, wants to go to war, wants to be like his dad, right? But that's the difference, right? He wanted to be like his dad, and thus he wants to go to war. Olmar is like, I don't want to be my dad. I don't want to be a pacifist. So I want to go to war. And then you have Einar, who is like the other opposite, being, I don't want to go to war. I want to be a pacifist. Fuck that. I want to be on a farm. So you have all of these characters, right, with similar situations and similar, predicaments, but they're all like complete polar opposites at the same time. And I find that to be fascinating, intriguing, and brilliantly done. I think all of these characters juxtaposing with one another serves as like a great balance for this season, right? Because you can understand each of these characters because they are similar to one another, but at the same time they're different in terms of like their views and their perspective. They have the same foundational, I would say, thought, right, of like characters who necessarily don't want to be in their father's footsteps, but at the same time their trajectory is crossing paths with one another. So in that regard, I really like this. I want to see more. I want to see Olmar interacting with Einar, interacting with Thorfinn. Fuck it, let's throw in Canute in there as well, because like I said, Canute, he so deal with his father and everything. Like I just want all of these characters to have a sit down and talk about why they love and hate their fathers respectfully. Just have a therapy session of all of these characters saying, yeah. Father issues, the anime. But yeah, it's pretty obvious where this is going. I guess the only difference with all of these characters is that at least for Olmar, Ketil is still alive, at least for now, right? But Olmar is still the only character in the show with father issues whose father is still alive. Every one of the other characters' fathers are dead, right? They're all dead. Thor's is dead. Einar's is dead. Knute's dead. So, hey man, Olmar, your father is still alive. Maybe spend more time with him. Maybe don't do some stupid shit that you'll ultimately gonna regret in the future. I'm feeling that's gonna happen because that's usually how it happens. But hey, you'll never know. Season 2 is going to be much more contemplative / philosophical, says Tibiko. I 100% agree, judging from the first 2 episodes. I mean, it's not to say that season 1 was not contemplative and philosophical. Season 1 was contemplative and philosophical, just not like this. It's a different kind of philosophical talk in season 1. Like season 1 mostly deals with the concept of beliefs, religion, your own goals, and your own ideals. That was season 1 in my eyes. Season 2 feels like a more introspective character study than season 1. Season 1 was talking about like the world in a philosophical sense. Season 2, I feel like it's gonna be talking about like the characters in a philosophical sense. And I'm really looking forward to it, because the fact that they are kind of, at least for now, constraining the setting of season 2 to be in this single farm. And of course, obviously, we're gonna, spread around, and we're gonna see like other characters like perspective, like Leaf and maybe Canute, and they're gonna be like in the other side of the world or whatever, right? But not really the other side of the world, like the other side of Europe, I would say. Not really, more like the other side of the sea, now that I'm thinking about it. Like they are in Denmark, and Canute's probably still in England. Yeah, with like season 1 having these characters go from like place to place, right? Where we meet different characters, we meet different people, we meet different settings, we have different villages, we have different lives, we have different again, religion, different beliefs, different cultures, right? We are exposing ourselves. The audience is being exposed to all of these world events and world building in season 1, right? And that's why I fully believe that the focus on season 1 on a philosophical level was the world itself and not the actual characters. I mean, there are instances where, you know, we have a full-on episode dedicated to a character, but like most of it deals around with the world of season 1. Season 2, like I said, because they are focusing more on this farm, right? They don't really have any place to go yet, at least for the first couple of episodes that I am seeing, right? Thorfinn and Einar is going to be there in this farm for the foreseeable future. They're going to try to work their hardest and earn their freedom, right? And then you also have like Olmar dealing with Ketil. Then you have the girl that we don't know about who was in the opening, and we see her in the carriage, right? It works. It works, right? The farm is the setting. The farm is the world. And it's our character's objective to get out of this farm or to make the farm your home. So what is it gonna be? Are they willing to break out of this farm, this place, and seek freedom? But we know outside of this farm is war, right? So now there comes the predicament. You want to be free. You want to get out of the farm. But once you get out of the farm, you're going to be stepping into hell. You're going to be stepping into war. Or you can stay in the farm, remain a worker or a slave, but it's peaceful. Unless, of course, war comes to the farm, which, now that I'm thinking about it, oh boy. Now that I'm thinking about it, what if Canute just suddenly knock on their doorsteps, like knock, 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 hey, how's it going? We're just gonna take over your farm. Yeah. All of these crazy ideas and all of these, you know, possibilities that season 2 may offer, it just tingles me. It just makes me more excited for season 2. A lot. I like how the master said, earn your freedom, as if freedom is something to be earned. Yep. I agree. But I guess you can also see it as like from a more, I would say, metaphorical sense. Like, I mean, right now they are not free, obviously. You know, they're slaves. They've been bought. But like, freedom can also be meant in a way, you know, of the mind. Because they're also still a slave to something, right? They're all, you know, like, you know how the saying goes, everybody's a slave to something. Nobody is technically free. Like even Thorfinn, right? Let's talk about Thorfinn for a bit. The way Thorfinn looks this entire episode, and the way he just looks so depressed and sad, right? As if he just gives up. And how he keeps on obeying them, right? Like I talked about it, right? And during like a small portion in the reaction, right? How Einar seems at the beginning very energetic, right? Einar seems very energetic at the start because like, oh, I can earn my freedom. Let's go. Let's work out. Let's do it. Let's chop the woods and let's earn our keep, right? But then you look at Thorfinn, who is also in the same boat as Einar, right? Thorfinn could also earn his keep, his freedom. He's not really having fun, is he? He's not energetic. He's not like, yeah, let's do it every day. Let's go. No, he's like, well, another day, still a slave. Nothing's changed. Like Thorfinn is broken at this point. Like I want to know what happened between seasons 1 and 2, like how Thorfinn became this way. But like how I mentioned it in the very beginning of like season 1, right? How Thorfinn's whole his own ideals, his own view of the world just shatters completely when he fails to kill Ashklad. Now he doesn't know what to do. He has no purpose. He has genuinely he doesn't know what he is. And it doesn't seem like he wants to know who he is, at least for now. Right? He again, like he feels like he just gives up. He feels there's probably no escape. And even in this like small chance of freedom, Thorfinn knows he's been there before. He's been in this similar situation before with Ashkelad. The difference is, with Ashkelad, he could just go away. He could just leave whenever he wants. But he refuses. Because he wants to kill Ashkelad, and, you know, again, he fails to do so. So he probably thinks to himself, what's the point? What was my reasoning behind staying with Ashkelad for those amount of years? Right? Almost feels like he wasted his entire time pursuing a goal that he never obtained. And now here we are again. But this time he's an actual slave. This time he can't get out. So he has to earn his way out. He's accepted it. Obedience, acceptance. You can't really do anything about it. At least that's what Thorfinn thinks. And when Einar shows like confrontation, showing disobedience, it's not like Thorfinn disagrees with him. No, Thorfinn probably thinks that Einar is also right, but Thorfinn also knows it's pointless. And that's why he says, nah man, don't do this. This is the eyes of somebody who knows. He knows. It's not like he is disagreeing with Einar. He's disagreeing with himself. He knows that those retainers were fucked up. He knows that those retainers are doing some terrible shit to them. And, you know, mistreating them, obviously. But he knows it's pointless. Because if you go up against them, then you're probably not gonna survive. Like, as much of a shitty person they are giving them food. They're not killing you. They're still keeping you alive. So might as well obey them. Thorfinn has known about this. Thorfinn has experienced this. Einar has not. Which makes this final scene with Einar and Thorfinn talking in the shed just a lot more powerful. Because Einar probably reminds Thorfinn of his old self. His old self who would disobey every order that his father would tell him, would completely neglect all of Ashkelad's commands. Now look at him. And hearing Einar's story of how both the English and the Danes came in and destroys their homes, Of course, Thorfinn's gonna remember because Thorfinn was a part of these raids, right? I'm not saying that Thorfinn was necessarily responsible for the destruction of Einar's village. No, I'm just saying, like Ashkelot and his gang have done similar things. If you go back to, like, what was it, episode 5? No, episode 5 or 6. I think it was 6, right? Episode 6, where Thorfinn was responsible for, burning an entire village, and you have that old woman just looking at him, right? He probably has not thought about this in a long time, and until Einar comes in, he remembers it again. Einar is the key. Einar is the key for Thorfinn to soul search himself once again and just reflect on his journey, on his character, and on his whole action from the very beginning of the show up until now. He needs someone to open that key because he's probably locking it up. Because sometimes you can't just, you can't just help yourself. I mean, you can, obviously, but sometimes you need somebody else to push you for it. Especially somebody who is as stubborn and as, hot-headed as Thorfinn. Great episode. Great episode. How long have I been streaming? Almost an hour. You know what? I think that's pretty much it as far as what I am looking out for the future. I mean, obviously we have this. We have Einar looking at this person. We don't know who she is. I've talked about it in the first episode. I'm thinking maybe that's probably Ketil's wife, or maybe a slave or a worker who's just, there to comfort Ketil. I mean, we don't know, right? But seeing that we have seen Olmar, right, confirming that Ketil does have a son, now I'm thinking that she is probably his wife. And if that is the case, then it would be interesting to see, like, the dynamic between her and Einar, because they are setting it up, right? Einar's eyes glowing up. He sees beauty. So how is this going to play out? Because again, one thing you don't want to do is to get on Ketil's bad side, because Ketil has shown nothing but kindness, kindness, quote unquote. He bought you as slaves, but it is what it is at the time. Like it's not like Ketil knows that what he's doing is wrong. Like it's normal for at the time. So you gotta look at it from, like, that lens, from that perspective. So this will be interesting. Like, they're setting up so many different stuff. Like, there's a lot of breadcrumbs being scattered throughout this first and second episode. Not to mention, of course, we got a name drop of Prince Canute. So Canute isn't king yet. Canute is still a prince. I'm gonna join Prince Canute's army. Meanwhile, we also got a name drop of King Harald. Yeah. So, what's happening? What's going on? Civil war? Fight for the crown? Probably, right? That's going to be a different subplot, but I am really looking forward to that. All right, I think that's pretty much it. I think I covered most of the stuff that I want to talk about on this episode. We already talked about Olmar. This should be interesting though, because I am noticing this, right? You see, like, scattered, weeds, right, on the ground, right? So you know that somebody just went there and kind of messed some shit up, right? So curious to see if this is gonna go anywhere, or if this is just gonna show like Olmar just leaving with these two drunkards, or are we gonna see like Ketil noticing like, hey, something's off. Why are there pieces of my wheat on the road? And then he notices like if he looks to the left or to the right, he's gonna notice like there's gonna be like parts of his wheat being like trampled, right? So I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know how this specific part is gonna go. Maybe I'm reading it too much, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it for my discussion for episode 2. I bet $10 people are gonna ship. Huh? They're bros, but I would not ship them at all. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for my reaction and my discussion for Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 2. If you enjoyed my reaction and my discussion, don't forget to hit like and subscribe as always. That's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I will see you all next week for the next episode of Vinland Saga, Episode 3. Season 2 has been really good so far. Really good. It's reaching my expectations. And then some. Anyways, see you all next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.